I do wonder if these gold puzzles only opened because I did the hidden puzzles. Non-Overlapping Magisteria. So a good old laser overlapping puzzle. Hell yes! I'm excited. Game. Put yourself together. Okay. I want 3 devices here. We have 1. Surely this is gonna work. 2. Run for it! With that out of the question, how do I take this one? It seems that if I open this door, well, yeah, if I can take the device here, I win. And the only source is this red one. The only source. Rather, this blue one from outside. And this is gonna... Okay. This is obviously not gonna work. It's gonna open, but now I need to do some switcheroo business. Rather, I need to keep the blue one open from inside. From outside this area. For me to keep the blue one open from outside so that I can go and take that device, I'm sure I have to do some swapping business. Gotta do some swapping business of some kind. That outputs blue. I obviously cannot do this because it's gonna break the laser. Let's do it. That was fully planned in advance, but that's as far as my planning goes. Now, this opens it. So, it's not gonna help me at all, because setting up in advance... Okay, maybe if I had brought this one inside... No. No. I'm sure this can be solved logically. I don't know if I can do it right now. It's 7 AM. It's not that I'm super tired, but I do feel like not my whole brain is working at the current moment. I don't want to just start doing a bunch of stuff without thinking, because that means that I could be here a long time. Beginning with this seems like the obvious first step. This cannot be wrong as the first step. It outputs blue, I invert it, and now it outputs red. Yes. From this point onwards, what is the smart way to keep these open from outside? Which items should I replace to be able to do that? What's the name of the puzzle? Right. I look out of curiosity. In Talos, I remember the names actually hinted at the solutions more than they have in this game. Maybe just a bit more. Doing this is the most useless thing that I have done in my life. Disconnection. But my body was telling me to do it. Why? Like, it's useless, I mean, because it still comes from the other device. So I cannot just take this one now and be like, oh, I'm just working with this one. Okay, consider something. Consider something. Something that I feel like I want to do. If I could keep this open with this connector, I would be quite happy, but I can't, because then I could take this one and draw from red all the way here and turn it blue. Doing that seems good. If I set this up, then I go inside and I set this up here. Now, how can I Like, I would have to first take this inside, which not happening. Oh, I don't think it's the right time for this. If I don't open it, I can open the last door, but it doesn't help. I can open this one too by standing here. This turns it blue. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. And then presumably okay, that is gonna be blue. The fact that I have two right now, it's not gonna go through. That's blue. I'm making this much messier than it needs to be. This is in no way the intended solution, and it's not even a solution because it's not gonna work. I need to stop. I need to stop. I need to stop. This does open these, yeah, but that's because I'm sending this way. I'm stopping after this one because I do feel like I'm getting sleepy, but I really want to solve this one first. Approaching it logically is the right thing to do, but I've tried and I'm missing it. The end goal is pretty clearly keeping these two open from outside, unless Okay. So the thing I just did, where there were two lasers, I can at least avoid that. By instead of connecting two to red, connecting these two to each other. Now, red, I'm just trying formations. Then this becomes blue, and do that. For that, the problem, the obvious problem, is that this turns it blue. If the inverter 1 was outside instead, I would run into the same problem but backwards. This becomes red, so I open that, and now I cannot connect it to this one because it's still red. I feel like swapping, opening both, and then swapping one item for the other, like placing two inside. Oh god. Why not send this laser right away? I feel like this laser might do more harm than good. So I do have this free connector which I can take inside. And obviously the goal is to take things out instead of in, but maybe taking it in helps me. How? Good question. Taking it inside, like... If this was receiving red, and with this one I connect it to this one, then it would turn blue and then receive. Okay, but here's the thing. When connecting it like this, I am sending to this one, and what I want is to pull from it later. See what I mean? I'm sending to it. What a mess. I have no doubt in my mind that the solution is not going to be extremely messy. So, if this one was receiving red, and I stand here, I don't know if it would instantly wrap around and send here again. Maybe. But probably not. In fact, 99% not. But let's imagine that it receives red here and sends there. That's one. Then This one, if it receives from here, it would need to be here, and then it would send blue there. So that formation seems pretty good. But it's not quite gonna happen, because I cannot open this one. It's not what I want to do. How do I keep the door open? How do I keep the door open? Look at this thing. I basically accept no possibility of the first step not being this. Okay. This is such a big problem. It's such a big problem. Because it would be solved if this thing was just here. But I cannot reposition it, nor take one of these and swap it out. I'm missing a connector here. It's Monday, right? Yes. This outputs red. Hello? With this red, like using these outside devices to pull from this source is so good. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. If I double the laser, now, if I pull from this, it's only gonna break one of them. What kind? Do you see what's going on? I see what's going on. Oh my god, game, stop scamming me. It still doesn't let me reposition it. And yeah, this is sending. It's both pulling, then getting from here, and then sending. So it actually breaks both of the lasers. Don't even know if Talos 1 worked like that. Maybe it did. It's some weird thing where it's gonna go through here without actually losing grip and closing the door. You need to know exactly how everything functions for this. I would like to know what happens if this one could be red, because then the moment that I grab it, it turns blue, and I could maybe, just maybe, oh, right. God, you need to be so on top of things. It doesn't pull from it, it does this. Like, I don't see how it would work. I don't see it. put the green on top. Now, even if I stand in the middle of it's never gonna work like this. Never ever. So, like, bringing a device in makes things so unbelievably messy. I keep going back to the idea that I had, but I don't know how to make it work. If this was receiving red, imagine that this isn't here. In fact, get out of here. If this one was receiving this red, okay, it would cut this line. Big deal. It's receiving red through a loop that makes it actually receive red. And the loop is this one draws from it, turns it blue, then sends there. And it, in sending here, it makes it so that this one can receive red. But there is no way to set up this loop because it breaks this line first and then tries to send red. And that's only because of one thing. Now, if I step here and then do it, the connections don't quite work out because this stupid... Okay, what if first I try to do it, and about you, you are a different problem. Thing is, even this first step wouldn't work because I tried it earlier. And what happens is that even though this connector is trying to receive, if I connect from this one to this one, it sends to it even later when it actually receives. Like I can do it here. Well, no, I can't because it's the same color, so it would... Well, you can tell the... It does this. But that is obviously just assuming that this one is receiving an opposite color, which would not be the case in the final solution. This is so messy. Okay, I thought so. I did solve this problem earlier. The problem gets solved by using this one there with red and then getting red from here, converting it blue and sending it there. I did have this in mind last time. However, I cannot do it. If this one right now received red for like a split second. I am fairly sure that it would work, well, assuming that I stand here. Then it would. But I can't do it. Fantastic. What kind of magical spell does it want? And obviously all of this is to be able to keep both of these receptors satisfied and take this one out. Grab this one and you take it out. And then you have 3 connectors outside. A situation where I don't send a laser here first is entirely pointless. I gotta do it first. Then, I've been using the inverter because using the normal connector here for a next step doesn't do anything. You grab blue, but then the blue comes from the device that you want to take off, so... What's the step? I'm so fixated with pulling from this red. Because I cannot... If I could keep this open... I've said this before, if I could place this inverter here, I could take red, but I cannot do it. I also cannot take this one inside, because I cannot keep this one open. I can't, I just can't. This closes the blue one. I have red inside, which is the same red that's gone all the way and made it here. Serves no purpose. Most of the other ones that I got stuck on, I was like, this is probably not that involved of a puzzle and I'm missing something, and most of the time I was correct, but this is not what I feel about this one. I feel like this one is not gonna be that easy of a solution. That's my feeling. Not convoluted, but probably not too simple. if I do this and place it in the middle, right now I can't grab red because I'm gonna try to send red this way and I'm no longer being grabbing blue. There needs to be a lot of experimenting with how this actually works. Yep. I really don't see it. How? What am I missing? I'm starting to zone out, and that's not good. I don't have anything to work towards anymore because I feel like I've exhausted the things that made sense to me. There is this formation that I know I can't set up, but no understanding of how to set it up. How do I set it up while keeping the doors open? Like, there is simply no way. If I could swap let me see. If I make it so that I see red here, that's gonna turn blue. I can't even do it. Well, I guess I can by putting this one here. You might ask yourself, what point does this serve? None whatsoever. If I do this, I imagine now it's not gonna send. What? Alright, look. If this makes sense, then so be it, but it's not intuitive. I'm pulling red and blue at the same time. And it's sending blue, meaning that it's receiving red first. Both of these are normal devices, not a source that would have more strength, presumably, to act like this makes sense. Seriously. What is it doing now? Is it sending this way? No. I mean, if I stand in the middle, yeah, but... Oh. I can change it if I stand here. The fact that I can change it makes sense, but the fact that the initial color that it sends is blue doesn't, to me. In software, I'm sure there is a reason, but I'm just pulling two lasers, and the red one is farther away, in fact. So if it's receiving one first, it would even be this one, and then it would output red. But it outputs blue because it receives red first, probably because of like the connections that I've made before and how they are coded up. So I've learned that I can turn my outputting laser to red if I stand in blue, however, only momentarily. Chances that this is useful, God, so slim, so slim. So slim. This is so useless. I'm gonna give it 10 more minutes, and if I can't, I'm gonna go to sleep and try tomorrow. And this has to be, at this point, the longest I've spent on a puzzle. At least it's good that it's one of the ones that are framed is difficult. But I don't know, there's not that much to do, so with how few things you can do, it's not one that you would expect to spend an hour in. My brain is no longer capable of looking at this in a way that's gonna help me solve it. All I want is to receive red here. I want to receive red here. This formation look, I've been here before. This opens it. Not that one, because they are fighting. What I want is to take this one off. Oh my god, I feel like if I have to design one movement in which it fully completes itself, this would be significantly harder than what I believe any puzzle in this game is gonna be. So I don't think it's that. I think it's something more simple. I don't want this to be here, but at the same time, if it's not here, nothing happens. Because the door needs to open, then create this arrangement. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. And why does it not work? And why does it not work, you might ask? Well, if I remove this, it's never, ever, ever, ever gonna work. If it's sent this way, colored this one, trying to think ahead is nearly impossible. I really need to leave this for tomorrow. God. What I'm trying must not be the solution. It's way too complicated. The solution has to be something else. something that they would actually put in the game. I don't know why I'm still going. It's the wrong device. I genuinely don't know. No clue. Zero idea. Yeah, I'm gonna stop for today. Okay, it's the day after. Right. I was here. I was probably skill issuing the hell out of this. I don't know if I can redeem myself because I don't feel that much better today, but it's my mission to try. I was trying some nonsense here. I thought a bit about the puzzle when I went to sleep, but it's difficult to visualize it in my head when I don't have it in front of me. So I definitely didn't get anywhere. Yeah, so this was the beginning formation. This has to be correct. Something I remember thinking was along the lines of... I already forgot. I was so tired of this. I remember thinking this in my head and wondering why I didn't do it. And I mean, right now, is it a fair question why I didn't do this? I don't think so. I can do this. It helps with nothing. Okay. Serious question. If I do this, and now I stop this laser, okay, this is promising. If I solve this in 5 minutes after coming back, it's gonna feel so sus. But I've definitely not looked it up. Okay. Here's the thing. Does it help? I can bring red here. Okay. No. Doesn't help that much because this lets... Stopping this I really feel like this puzzle shouldn't be as hard as I'm making it out to be. So it's some stuff like I get red, but I also when I end up receiving it's gonna be blue. I remember this. I feel like this is the formation that I was talking about over and over yesterday. It doesn't work because it doesn't... So if I first make it open this one, what's gonna happen now? Did I do it? I didn't do it because this needs to receive red and switch, but if it... Oh my god. I have actually done it much faster. Look, for what it's worth, I was picturing this formation all the time yesterday in my head and trying to make it. I don't know if I was too tired to realize how to do it, but I was trying over and over to do this. Okay. I'm looking at the recording. I've been doing this for 6 minutes today.
It was an act of defiance to bring a new life into existence.
Like,
This is good. This is fundamentally good because human beings are unique and valuable, and every single one of them enriches the universe just by existing. We wanted to celebrate that.
I hope nobody looks at the recording, because it must have been so frustrating. I had the right idea, but I was probably too tired to come up with how to do it. Definitely the trickiest puzzle so far, but it should not have taken like almost 1 hour yesterday. I don't know how long it was, maybe it was not as much, but it felt like a long time.